How to crochet the 7-cluster motif. For this tutorial, you will need a crochet hook and a ball of yarn. Special thanks to our sponsor Knit Out of the Box for providing today's yarn. Today we are using their 100% organic merino wool line in the color navy. For this stitch, you'll need to know the following techniques: chain stitch, slip stitch, double crochet, cluster. To begin this pattern, we are going to create a foundation chain of 6 stitches. And then we are going to join them in a round with a slip stitch. Round 1. We're going to begin by doing what we call a beginning cluster. So we'll start with 3 chains. Then we're going to work the rest of our cluster. So into the loop here, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, and draw through. Then we'll yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Then we'll do that same thing again. So we'll yarn over, insert into the loop, draw through, yarn over, and draw through 2 loops. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and draw through all 3 loops. Okay, then we're going to start our repeat by chaining 3. Then we're going to do a cluster stitch into the next, into the loop again. So we'll yarn over, insert our hook, draw through, yarn over, and draw through 2. Okay, and we're going to repeat this a total of 3 times. So we're going to end up with 4 loops on our hook. So we got 3 there. Do 1 more, draw through 2. Now we've got 4 loops. We'll yarn over and draw through all 4 loops. And we're going to do this a total of 5 times. So we'll chain 3 and do the cluster stitch for a total of 5 times. So that's 1, do 4 more. We'll have a total of 6 clusters here. Then I'll show you what we do. Alright, so I read my instructions wrong, and instead of we have a total of 5 additional, we're actually going to repeat 5 more times. So we need to add 1 more cluster onto our little motif here. So I'm going to do that right now real fast. Alright, then we're going to finish up our round by doing a chain 3. And then we're going to close our loop by doing a slip stitch into the top of the 3rd chain from the beginning of the round where we started. So just slip stitch right in there. Alright, and that's the end of round 1. Round 2. We're going to begin by doing a slip stitch into the next 3 chain space. So that's this big gap right here. Then we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and this is going to count as a double crochet for the first 3 chains, and then a chain 3 for the next 3 chains. Then we're going to do a double crochet into the same 3 chain space here. So now we're going to start our repeat by chaining 5. And we will do a double crochet into the next 3 chain space right here. Then we'll chain 3. And another double crochet into that same 3 chain space. And we're going to repeat this sequence until or 5 more times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. Now to finish the round, we are going to do a chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we will do a slip stitch into the third chain, 1, 2, 3, of our beginning chain. It's a slip stitch just like that. Round 3, we're going to begin by doing a slip stitch into the next 3 chain space. Then we're going to do a beginning cluster, so we'll chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, insert our hook into the chain space, draw through, yarn over, insert and draw through 2. That gives us 3 loops, yarn over and draw through all 3 loops. Then we'll chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we'll do another cluster into that same chain space. So we'll do a normal cluster here. That means we're going to end up with 4 loops on our hook when we finish, before we finish. Okay, that gives us 4, yarn over, and we'll draw through all 4 loops. Okay, that gives us a cluster, chain, and cluster. Then we're going to start our repeat by doing a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we are going to do a single crochet into the next 5 chain space. So this one right here, we'll just draw through, yarn over, and draw through both loops for our single crochet. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And we will do another cluster into the next 3 chain space. This is a normal cluster. So again, we'll have 4 loops before we finish. There's 4. Draw through all 4. Then we're going to chain 3. And do another cluster into that same chain space. Okay, and draw through all 4 loops. Alright, and that's going to finish our repeat. So we're going to repeat that 5 more times. And then I'll show you how we're going to finish this up. So to finish this up, we are going to do a chain 3. And we'll single crochet into the next 5 chain space. Then we will chain another 3. And we will slip stitch into the top stitch of our 3 chain from the beginning of the round, and we're finished. So that's how we crochet the 7 cluster motif. Want more New Stitch a Day? Check out our website at newstitchaday.com.